Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the A Girl Era podcast. I am your host, Adanya. I'm so excited for today's episode. I really wanted to talk to you guys about how I got out of a funk because, like, the last 2 weeks, I was literally unable to get out of bed and was waking up at 11, not getting out the house till late. I wasn't being productive. Yeah, I felt like I was beating myself up and I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it, I guess the best way for me to put it. So yeah, I am just hoping to give you guys tips about how to get out of your own funk if you find yourself in a funk. The first thing I had to do was get sick and tired of being sick and tired. So basically, I just had to be done with my own bullshit. And so with that, it's just being very self-aware, like the things that I've been doing haven't been contributing to my overall good. And I'm not making progress. I'm not reaching my goals. So something has to change. In order to get different results, I have to do things differently. So I noticed everything that I was doing that was hindering my growth. And so I started to think about how I could start doing things differently and think about things in a different way. So having a different perspective on everything that was going on in my life. Like I told you, my number one problem was waking up late and getting a late start to my day. So I'm like, okay, well, right now I don't wake up to alarms. I told you guys before, I don't like alarms. I don't like being jolted out of my sleep. But it was imperative at this point. I needed an alarm. So I set an alarm for 10. I set 3 alarms. I set one for 10, 10:05, and 10:10. And so that really helped me. And so it's I had those alarms. Well, okay, let me be honest. I only used the alarm for one day because I forgot to turn on the repeat, but it was easier for me after that one day to get up at 10 the next day. This is just my routine now, accepting it as my routine. This is just what I do. And so it helped me so much. I was so productive. I have been so productive and so much more organized. And yeah, another thing that I'll get into then is I found myself I had made a whole to-do list for the last 2 weeks. Each week I had a different, to-do list, but I just simply wasn't committing to doing the tasks on there. I wasn't doing the to-do list. So I'm like, what is it? Why am I not committing to it? And so I really tried to make my to-do list this week short and simple. For Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I barely had anything on there. I only it was pretty much empty, and I just allowed myself to fill it in as I go because I think the large amount of things on my to-do list was making me overwhelmed. And so I'm like, okay, let's cut it back. Let's do 2 tasks each day this week. And then I ended up getting way more done, but it's for whatever reason I had to trick my brain and be oh, we're only doing 2 things. And then that way when I complete those 2 things, I'm oh, yay, I have a lot more time. I want to complete something else. And so that's what I've been doing, and it's been working really well. What else? remembering to like implement happiness like right now, because I found that I was very discouraged because I felt like I wasn't making enough progress towards my goals, whatever that means. But I felt so far away from my goals. So I was, yeah, just feeling defeated. And so I really had to sit with myself and just choose to accept where I'm at today and not cast judgment upon myself for like where I'm at in my journey. Yeah. So with that, this was more so like detachment first before choosing happiness. So yeah, yesterday I seen a really good video on how to detach, and I'll link it for you guys if you want to watch it because it was really good. But essentially, I was getting too caught up in my desires, and I was very much feeling the lack of them. Like, I'm like, where are they? They're not showing up in my 3D. And I was like, gung-ho, like, it has to be this way. And so once I released that, I felt so much more peace. I was thinking like, when it happens, it will happen. And it will happen in a seamless way. It'll be easy and effortless, and it will flow. And yeah, I have to put trust in the universe to bring it to me in a way that I could never even imagine. And that was just me like reflecting on other manifestations that I've had, like me having like this space that I have. It didn't make sense. I quit my job the same month that I signed the lease for this. Yeah, like my car, it didn't make sense for me to have my car. I thought it was going to take me like a year, but then my old car, I blew a hole in the engine. So then I had to get a new one. And you guys know the story on that. And if you don't, I'll put the link to that episode in the description or in the cards on YouTube. Yeah, so it's like the things that I have manifested haven't really made logical sense. So I have to stop thinking and going about it in a logical way and just release how I expect it to come and be more open. And that really, really, really helped me feel so much better. Like that like clicked it all into place for me. But another thing that I did was, so this is like the choosing happiness section. So I was like, okay, like I don't know what's up with me, but I know that I need a lot of encouragement to get out of bed. So I had like an inspired action to make a new playlist. And so I did. And it's only like 5 or 6 songs, but it's songs that encourage me a lot and make me feel motivated to keep going and pursue my goal. Yeah, just letting me know that I got this. So I'll link that podcast for you guys. I'll link that playlist for you guys if you would like to listen to it. And it really worked because on Tuesday, I was going to co-work with my friend, but I was not feeling good for whatever reason. But I started playing the playlist, and then I was like getting emotional, and I felt like, yeah, like I could do it. I felt yeah, I got that encouragement. Another thing in regards to choosing happiness would be like having a dance party every day. Guys, like you don't understand how much that changes your vibration. Like when you just intentionally like put on music that you love and start to dance in a way that you feels good for you, it just makes you so happy. It makes me so happy. I love to dance, but if you don't like to dance, then you just have to find that thing that you can do for like 10 minutes. Like maybe put on your favorite song, put on your favorite songs and like sing to them or whatever gets you like amped up and upbeat. If you just dedicate just 10 minutes to it. I swear it'll make your day better. And yes, so I found that when I was in my slump, I was looking for my sweatpants, and I was just wearing my sweatpants, and that did not feel good, of course. Yeah, like you got to put effort into your appearance and do your best to dress as close to your future self or your higher self, whatever you want to call it, would, like your ideal style, like your dream self. Like, what does she wear? And you gotta put that shit on. Like, you gotta dress in a way that makes you happy, you know, because sweatpants are just like, they're cool and they're comfy, don't get me wrong, but put something on that's gonna make you feel like a bad bitch. Like, because when you're in a slump, I feel like your confidence takes a hit, and so we want to reverse that. And so we want to do things that will boost our confidence and boost our mood. Oh, yeah, plan things with your friends. So you have like things to look forward to, or like plan a solo date for yourself. And yeah, so you can look forward to that. Just have things to be excited about now. And these things don't have to require money. Stop thinking about money so much. I think this was like my number one reason for why I was in a slump. Like, I was just thinking about money, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yes, it's important. Don't get me wrong. We need it to survive, but it's like, it's not the end all be all. And it's like, oh, like if I don't make money, then I'm going to be homeless. Like, there are a lot of steps. I'm not saying it don't happen, but I'm just saying there's a lot of steps from missing one bill maybe to being homeless. So yeah, just relax and use this time to be resourceful. Because I had a girls' night, and then it was like a pajama night, and it was so cool. And I was like, you know, love the girls. I'm not gonna buy new pajamas though. So you just use the pajamas. We all just used the pajamas that we had. And it was so cute. We had such a good time. We watched the Victoria's Secret fashion show. We painted pumpkins. We had hot chocolate. Everything was good. We did spend a little bit of money because we got some pizza. But it wasn't breaking the bank. And then me and my friends next weekend for Halloween, we're going to be brats. I'm so excited. But we're going to be brats. I found myself being like, oh, I need to buy this. But I'm like, I have things. Like, I have items that I can use. Also, same with my costume this weekend. And it's Thursday, October 24th when I'm recording this. But this weekend I have a pop-up shop that I'm vending at, but it's also a costume party. And so I'm going to be Cleopatra. But I was like really like, oh, like I have to buy this skirt. But then I'm like, oh, I have these gold jeans that I bought that I wore on New Year's. So I'm like, I can just use those and it'll be cool. And like, you never seen any other Cleopatra do that. And so it's like, yeah, just get more creative and be more resourceful. DIY that shit. I love to DIY. Yeah, think of things outside the box, because it's gonna help you in all aspects of your life. Yeah, and then going back to the whole like the to-do list and goals or whatever, but you have to be intentional about being disciplined and doing what you say you're gonna do, because that directly affects your relationship with yourself. It's like if you say, oh, I'm gonna do this, and you never do it, you lose trust in yourself. And it's like you can't fully commit to your goals because you don't trust yourself. You're like, yeah, she's saying she want this apartment, but she not doing nothing to get it, so I don't really believe her, you know. So, yeah, just taking that time, make sure that you're completing your to-do list and that you find a way, like find a will, like I'm saying. Like your job is to like be and get yourself inspired so you can do the things. So, yeah, tune into what feels good to you as inspiration, which I feel like the dance party is a good way. Or like one day I got excited because it's like, oh, I had filmed this TikTok, or I had my fall wish list post, and I had seen this other girl post her fall wish list, and I saved it, and I'm like, that's like a cool, easy thing that I could post on TikTok. And I had wrote it out in my notes, and I had took pictures, and so I was like, oh, I could do that, and that got me excited to get my day going. So it's like you just have to find something. And then I was just like realizing like why the girlies go get coffee every day. Like that lights them up, that inspires them and motivates them to get their day going, and to complete their task and reach their goals. It's like a simple little thing. It doesn't have to be anything big, but it's just, what makes you happy and what turns you on, what gets you excited. Because like for me, like we just ordered our book for book club, and it's called The Roommate Risk. I'm so excited to read that. It's like I gotta get my test done so I could go read. It's a romance book, and it's by Talia Hibbert. And yeah, I'm enjoying reading it so far. But those are some things that light me up. And so just really take the time to reflect, maybe journal on what inspires you and what gets you excited. Like what do you look forward to in your day, and how you can implement more things that you like. Because another thing about me, I know you guys see it, but I always have to light a candle. That just sets the vibe for me. That's something that like romanticizes my life, and that's what I like to do. Just a little something extra that makes me feel like that girl. I don't know, the aromatherapy of it all. And then my last tip that I have is to vent. Yes, you gotta get that shit out. You gotta be gone with that slump by pouring it out. And so it's like either you can use your journal and write it out, or talk to somebody you trust. But this person has to be a person who is positive and will help you see things in a different light. So what I mean by that is like, for me, when I was co-working with my friend, Layla is like into the same stuff that I'm into, like manifestation and the universe and God and stuff. She's into the same like spirituality stuff that I'm into. So when I'm venting to her, she is giving me solutions, and she's giving me a different perspective on the problem, and she's reassuring me. And that makes me feel so much better than if I were to just vent to somebody who is negative and complains all the time, and they would just give me more things to be upset about and like chime in with their negative experiences, and it just would not contribute to like the greater good of anything. So that's my caveat. Like vent, but do it with somebody who's going to help you see your problems in a different light, or think about it in a different light, or give you suggestions on how you could fix it. And like somebody who will really take that time to listen to you and support you and be there for you and hold space for you. Eating enough was something that I was struggling with. But it's also like, it was just a snowball effect, because it's like if I'm getting up late and then I'm getting a late start to my day, then the time that I eat gets pushed back because I'm trying to hurry up and overcompensate for the time that I was wasting. And then now my schedule's getting messed up. And so I was only eating like once a day, twice a day. I literally felt like I was malnourished because I wasn't feeding myself. But yes, waking up earlier helped me have more time to eat. and meal prep, and yeah, things like that, and just being intentional and having like simple recipes, because I'm new to the cooking game, but I like simple, easy recipes that I can make very quickly. So that's what I've been doing, and yeah, focusing on healthy things to eat. Oh, and then like it's like because I was so productive and doing my to-do list, I was off of social media and off my phone, and my screen time was reduced significantly, and I feel like that contributed to my good mood, because yeah, the last 2 weeks I was on social media doom scrolling way too much. Another thing is changing your environment. So it's like seeking out another place, like just maybe going to a cafe to work instead of your bedroom. Yeah, just finding a cool place to be, or go somewhere you've never gone before. Maybe, yeah, like go on a walk somewhere you've never walked before. Yeah, I think that changing your environment can be imperative when you're in a funk, because it's like you're tired of the same old, same old. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, because I did. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you rate the podcast 5 stars. And oh, you can leave comments now too. So leave a comment, and yeah, let me know if there's any other topics that you guys want me to talk about. And do all the social medias. Follow us on Instagram at the It Girl Era Pod. That's all I got for you guys today. Yeah, make good choices. I love you. Bye.